We're going to discuss about Google Tag Manager. Okay, this is a very important tool from Google. Okay, which let's say help us to reduce our lot of let's say coding work and makes our work very easy through one tool. Basically, instead of let's say copying many codes from here and there from multiple websites, you can use only one tool, let's say Google Tag Manager, which will manage all your tags from different websites, whether it be Facebook or Google Analytics or your LinkedIn or Twitter, any other accounts, whatever we are, let's say your remarketing tags, let's say conversion tracking tags, everything, let's say everything, all that part would be, let's say, taken care by Google Tag Manager. So let's understand basically what is a Google Tag Manager. As I told you, it's a free tool that allows you to manage and deploy marketing tags. Okay, tags also known as codes, snippet of codes. In Facebook, we use these tags in the name of pixels. Okay, so basically what they do, it allows us to deploy multiple marketing tags on our website without having to modify to code. For example, let's say if I go to Facebook and I want to do the remarketing and everything, so Facebook will give me a different code, let's say pixel. Over there, we use the term pixel. LinkedIn will give me a different code. Then Twitter will give me a different code. Google Ads will give me a different code. Then you have a different, let's say, remarketing tags are there. So there are multiple, let's say, websites are there from where you have to copy the tag and have to paste in your website. So there are many disadvantages to that. Very first thing, you have to keep on doing it again and again, like copy the code, paste the code, keep on checking it, whether it is getting triggered or not, and every time. Second thing, it's like a tedious work, and I would say it makes your website very bulky because you're adding a lot of codes in your website, and the website you're making your website very bulky, which might affect your page loading speed as well. Okay, so this is the best tool which can manage your all your, let's say, codes part, all your tags part. Now moving forward, what we'll be learning in this video. So the agenda is like why GTM, like why Google Tag Manager, what about tracking script, okay, how to migrate from the standard method, and the advantages of Google Tag Manager. Okay, so like over here we have it's shown over here, like instead of adding multiple tags from YouTube, Facebook, AdWords, and from multiple places, what you can do, you can use Google Tag Manager. Like add everything to Google Tag Manager and then add Google Tag Manager to your website. So no need to add, let's say, everything to your website directly. Okay, Google Tag Manager will work you as a kind of an agent to you. Getting it? It would work like a middleman to you from your website to all the other platforms. So connect all your platforms to Google Tag Manager and connect Google Tag Manager to website. Sorted. No need to connect your each and every tool to like directly to website, which will affect let's say quality of your website. Moving forward, as I told you, good overview of all scripts on sites. Like there will be a good overview on all the scripts. Can manage it properly at one place in GTM. No developer required because you can do it very easily. Okay, I'll be showing you practically over here how to copy the code, how to paste the code, how to let's say manage things over here. Okay, deploy on demand, like it's completely on us when to do and when not to do. So this is an over it's account view. I'll come to this point later. Okay. So now let's move down to directly the tool, Google Tag Manager. Search in Google, Google Tag Manager, you will get a website, tagmanager.google.com. Click on that. After that, you'll come to this page over here. Make sure you have a proper Gmail ID and then go for create account. Okay. So same like your Google Ads, what we did the very first thing, we created an account in Google Ads account, right? Same thing over here in Tag Manager, we're going to create account over here. So what I will do, I'll write the name of my company. For example, let's say my company name is Social Logics. Okay, can choose the country over here, India. Share data analysis with Google and others. If you want, you can do it. Okay, nothing very specific. Container name. So let me tell you, this let's say is account. Under account, we have containers. So you can create multiple containers over here. Containers are nothing but a different websites. Okay, so different websites, mobile app, whatever it is there, you can create a multiple containers under one account. Same like here under one account, how we used to create multiple campaigns. Okay, in our Google Ads. Same thing over here, you can create multiple containers. For example, let's say I have 5 websites. Okay, so I can create five websites, nothing but 5 containers. Okay, so no need to again let's say create a different account for each and every website. Create one account and handle all your websites under one account by creating 5 different containers. So I'll write over here, let's say same brand sociologics.e. So that's my container name. Okay, I'm doing it for my website. This is a website Want to do it for your iOS, Android, or let's say AMP, you can choose whatever you want and then go for create. Once you click on create, make sure the language is English, and I also accept, I can go for these conditions and then go for yes. So once this is done, automatically container would be created, and in that workspace would be created. So now you can see over here, you've got two codes over here. So very first thing, let's talk about the codes over here. Like, obviously you have to connect your Google Tag Manager to your website. That's the only one thing which you have to connect to your website. Okay. All the other tools like your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Google Ads, all the Quora ads, Ping ads, all their codes you can add to Google Tag Manager. Okay. And Tag Manager connected to website. So things going to be very simple. So there are two codes which you have to paste. This code you have to paste in the header section, and this code you have to paste in the opening of your body tag, like body section. So let's go to the website. I've already logged in my website to my WordPress login. I'll go to my dashboard. Under dashboard, click on appearance, and you can go to theme editor. You can do this by using plugin as well. I prefer this direct method. Okay. If you want, you can go with the plugin method. In plugin method, download an plugin no name as header footer code manager. You can do with that method as well. In my previous video, in my remarketing, I have explained you how to copy and paste the code for remarketing tag through that method. Okay. So in this method, I'm explaining a different method how to copy the codes. So while going to your one second, I guess theme editor, you get a complete backcode over here. Let's say back source code. So keep scrolling down. Either you can directly search over here on the right hand side. You can see the buckets over here on right hand side. So you can see over here header footer. Click on the header. So once you click on the header, you'll come to the header part. Okay. So I've already pasted the code from my previous Tag Manager account, but I'll show you practically how to do this. I'll remove this thing. Okay. I'll go back to Google Tag Manager. Copy this code, which is mentioned over here, the header part. So copy this code. Copy. Go back to your website and paste it over here. Then scroll down, you can see the body section as well next to the after your header part. Once the header is closed over here, you can see the body section. So in body section, I have pasted one code. I will remove this code. This is the previous code for my previous Google Tag Manager account. Okay, now I'll paste this code over here. Copy the code, go back to the website and paste it over here. So in this way, you have to paste the code. Please, I'll repeat once again. Remember the method. Go to your website, go to appearance. In appearance, go to theme editor. In theme editor, check on the right hand side, you will get option of header. So when you have a header, make sure you paste the header tag, and then after you scroll down, you can see a body tag as well. In body tag, you can paste a body tag. Once this is done, scroll down and update the file. Okay. So now once you update the file, so now we have connected our Google Tag Manager to a website. Okay. So instead of pasting code from multiple websites, we have just connected the one website, that is a Google Tag Manager. Now Google Tag Manager has been connected. So you can click on OK. Now you can use the same method, like all your accounts. Under all your accounts, you have your account Sociologics. Under that, you have this container sociologics.in. Under this container, we are working on this workspace, like the default workspace. You can create multiple workspace over here for, let's say, if you have multiple people working for you. So you can assign different workspace to each and every one, and they can work on the multiple workspace over here. Okay. Now I'll teach you how to connect different platforms to Google Tag Manager. So I'll take an example of analytics over here. Okay. So let's say, for example, uh, before moving forward, let's understand these terms and terminologies. So tags are nothing but the codes. Okay. Tags are nothing but the codes which you have to, let's say, instead of copying it directly to your website, you will copy, no need to copy it over here. By default, tags have been set over here, which I'll show you. Okay. Triggers are nothing but when your ad will get, sorry, when your, let's say, action will get trigger. Okay, that action we decide. Like, and at what action your this thing should be get triggered. I'll show you in the PPT. So trigger is a condition, okay, that evaluates to either true or false at runtime. So basically, with the condition match, it will start showing the values. In analytics, it will start showing the values. Okay, the trigger, like the condition has made and we have triggered it. So you'll start getting the seeing the values over here. So I'll explain over there. Okay. Then next point you can see over here, variables. Variables are nothing but if you want to, let's say, specifically want to track a specific page or you want to add some variables in that, getting it, some values you want to add, variables, while adding the code, adding the tag, one specific requirement you have, like, I don't want to track my complete website for Google Analytics. Some if you want to select some specific web pages, okay, or you want to calculate some clicks, you want to calculate the scroll down option. So all that part you can see under variables. So now I'll show you about the tags part. Let's check how to create a tag. So now very first thing, click on the new option. Like, we'll be getting a new tag configuration. So click on this. Okay, so over here we get a list of all the tags. You can see over here already the code has been pasted in this. Okay, already tag has been created. Sorry. So you can see all the different tags options available over here. Okay. For example, let's say you can see over here LinkedIn, everything. For example, let's say I can't see Facebook over here. So in that case, what you can do, you can go with this option as well, custom HTML. So you custom and give the name. In this case, you have to copy the code from Facebook and paste it over here. Okay. Otherwise, even no need to even copy the code from your, let's say, different websites, Google Ads, remarketing, conversion tracking, everything code is already over here, available over here. You just have to select over here. And again, you have different community template gallery as well. In this, you might get Facebook over here. So again, no need to copy code from Facebook as well. In that custom HTML, you can directly see Facebook over here as well. If you don't able to see a face tag over here, in that case, what you can do, click on discover more tags, and then you can see all the other different tags. Okay. So just check for the Facebook. You can see over here if I scroll down. Second. So, yeah. So you can see over here, if I scroll down, yeah, Facebook pixel. Okay. So after this Google Analytics, I'll teach you how to go for Facebook pixel as well. Okay. But like this is a way, no need to, let's say, copy and paste the code. Already tags have been installed over here. So as of now, I'll give an example of Google Analytics. I'll show you once again what to do. Okay. Just click on the tags, go for the new option. Give a tag not a name over here. Until tag, I'd say Google Analytics. Tag configuration. So this is the one. Google Analytics, Universal Analytics. So by clicking on this, you get option of track view, like what you want to track, tap type, page view, or any specific event you want to track. So basically, what exactly you want to track, you can choose over here. As of now, I'll go with the page view. Okay. Over here, Google Analytics settings, what we do, we create a new variable over here. So in new variable, what we do, we give a tracking ID. So obviously, we have to give a tracking. Every Google Analytics account have a unique tracking ID. So you have to give your tracking ID over there so that they can understand, like, which account they have to connect. So whenever you open a Google Analytics account, you'll be getting a unique tracking ID. I'll show you the unique tracking ID. So when you open the Google Analytics account, you can find a code over here. You can go to all accounts. Over there, you can see this code, right? UA165473439-1. You have to copy the code and paste it over here. So as of now, I need to type it manually. So you can write over here UA hyphen Okay, code number is 165473, 165473, 65473, 439-1. So this you have to give a tracking code. This is how they'll understand, okay, like, which account we are talking about. When this is done, go for save. Google, and you can rename the variable. So you can write, I can write over here, let's say GA, and save it. So once it is done, you will go to triggering option. Click on the trigger, like, what exactly when you want to, let's say, check the action, at what time you want to check the actions. Over here you can go for like all pages, or if you want to go for specific action, you can click on this plus sign. You can create a new trigger over here. So whichever you want. You want to go page view, you want to check the, let's say, any specific element, you want to check any specific link, form submission, you want to check the scroll depth, like, how when people come to your website, so how deeply they scroll. You want to check those kind of things, you can check. As of now, I'll go with the page view. Okay, so I'll go with the same option previously which I've selected. Discard changes. All page views, all pages. Okay, so if anybody who's coming to my website, over there, your Google Analytics account trigger will get fired. Okay, in this, I'll go for save. As simple as that. Nothing to, let's say, copy the code, pasting, nothing. Select the tool, give the triggering option, whatever you want, and done. Then go for preview option. So now when you go to the preview option, it would come to a debug mode. Okay, so I will let's say refresh my website once again. So I can see over here, it's a preview mode. Preview mode, nothing but the debug mode. Okay, so you can see over here, this is the debug mode. We have clicked on the preview. So we are still checking out, like, if like, let's say trigger is getting fired or not. So you have to go to your website. Okay, launch, click on the website, visit site. So once you load the website, I can see in debug mode, this at the bottom, you can see a white screen will come, which will inform you like whether the trigger is getting fired or not. Okay, so this is the debug mode. If you can see over here, if I make, now let's say leave preview mode, then this won't come. Okay, I can see on this particular page, tags fired on this page, Google Analytics account. Google Analytics. Getting it. So this, let's say, a trigger has got fired on this particular page. So we can say that, okay, this code is specified properly for this, like this Google Analytics account is tracking it. To cross check, we'll go back to Google Analytics account. Okay, we'll go to real time scenario. Like I'm recently, like real time, I visited the website, right? So I should show the data over here, because as the trigger is getting fired, then obviously data should be shown on the Google Analytics account. So I can see the live customers, like how many people are live currently on my website. I can see over here. See, it shows right now one active user on the site, because I recently visited the site and Google Analytics let trigger got fired up. Getting it. Same thing you can do it for Facebook, multiple websites you can do. You can specifically select the web page as well. If you want to check, somebody clicks on this button, Sociologics. That also you can do. Somebody clicks on this kind of content, Sociologics. How many people are clicking on this kind of content? That also you can check. Getting it. So this is how your Google Tag Manager works. Very simple. Okay. So I'll explain once again for your Facebook as well, like how to do it for Facebook, how to connect your Facebook and Google Tag Manager. So going back to Google Tag Manager, so now what I will do, I'll go for leave preview mode. So these things will be saved. So now this tag has been saved on my website. So now we create a new different tag for Facebook. So same thing, you have to go with the same method. I hope you understood the tag and trigger as well. Variables are nothing but just now we selected the page view, right? Instead of page view, you have different variables. Scroll depth, you have a timer. Okay, like how many people, if let's say if the person spends more than 5 seconds on my first page, then fire the trigger. So that kind of no, let's say conditions you can set in variables. Okay, so now this is active. I'll go for the new one. Same thing, choose a tag type to begin setup. I don't have Facebook over here, so I can either go with this custom HTML or I can go with this option which I showed you previously. You get option over here of Facebook. So till then I'll open Facebook. Okay, in Facebook you have to go to Pixel. So I directly came to Pixel over here. Basically, you have to go to your Facebook, click on the create button. This create, click go to ads, then go for an under this ads manager. You have to come to events manager, pixels. When you come to pixel over here, you'll get option over here setup pixel. So you can see unique ID over here. We'll be needing that ID. Now, how to connect your pixel account just with your Google Tag Manager. So now what I can do over here, like manually also you can do and copy and paste with that custom HTML method. Okay, or you can use the pattern integration method as well. But as of now, I'll show you the method which I want, with the Google Tag Manager. So going back to Google Tag Manager, I can see over here Facebook. I need to. There are many, let's say, third-party tools are there. I need to find Facebook over here. Facebook Pixel. So click on Facebook Pixel. Okay. So you can inject the scripts over here. Basically, you have to copy and paste the code over here. Okay. And then you can go with this method, and you can add this to workspace. Or what you can go with the custom HTML method as well. So let me show you the custom HTML method. Over here, custom HTML, I have to paste the code over here. So going back to Pixel, setup Pixel, manually add Pixel to website. Copy this code, go to go to your Google Tag Manager, paste the code over here. Once the code is pasted, you can go for save. Saved. As of now, save a tag. Okay, I can give a tag name over here, Facebook. Save. Then you can go for triggering option now. So trigger like what do you want to track, like all page views. Then you can say Facebook, uh, let's say Facebook trigger has got fired, or specifically you want to check. Let's see what all options we have over here. Like in trigger options, if we have multiple options over here, let me check. One second. So instead of all pages, I can select a different option. Choose trigger. Okay. So any specific, if you want, you can select. Let's go with the very basic one only, page view only. So I'll go with this like all page views. Okay. I don't need this. All page views and then go for save. The container already has a tag with the name. Please choose a different tag name. So I need to choose a different tag name. I'll say Facebook Pixel. Then save it. Okay. So now I can see over this Facebook Pixel just now what I created custom HTML tag all pages. So it will be applicable on all pages. Trigger has been done. Go for preview mode. Once you go to preview mode, you can see it will load in the debug method. Okay, so it will be loading the debug method. I'll go to my website, refresh the website. See now, with Google Analytics account, Facebook pixel tag also got triggered. Now, if somebody comes to this page, let's say customer comes to this page, automatically you will get the data. Okay, Facebook pixel will catch the data, and even Google Analytics account will catch the data. We're coming to this page. So people who are coming through, let's say Facebook to this page, then I will get, let's say your Facebook trigger will get fired. Now, for example, let's try something else in Google Tag Manager with a different by using some different variable. So I'll create one more tag, new tag. So I'll go with let's say as of now I'll go with the tag configuration, and same I'll go with Google Analytics only. Okay, I've already created the variable, so directly select the variable over here, GA. Okay, now under triggering, I will be choosing a different trigger. I'll be choosing a different variable over here under this trigger. So let's select a different variable over here. For example, let's go with uh, all elements. Okay, somebody specifically, let's say, clicked on something on your website, they'll, let's say, trigger it. Your trigger will get fired. Okay, so I'll go with this and click on save. If you want to name it, you can name this click trigger. So this is done, then go for save. All right, over here, click. Okay, now going to my website, again, I have to load it. So obviously, I previously have to go and check my preview mode. Preview mode should be enabled. Make sure once preview mode enabled, leave the preview mode, then only things will be saved. Okay, so let me check in website. Under tags, I can see now 2 tags got fired. Now we want that click tag should get fired. So I'll click on this about us page. Let the website get debugged. It is taking a lot of time because of internet, but you can see over here. Then once you get the trigger gets fired, you'll understand. I can see over here. We clicked on about us, so automatically you can see here Google Analytics account, Universal Analytics click got fired. So they will calculate everything. Now you go back to your Google Analytics account. If you want to check over there, specifically how many clicks you got, you can see over in about us, you got one action. It is counting over here because of the trigger what we have added. Again, if I go to my website, now let's say trigger, let's do it for some events. Now what we are doing nothing but the page view. Let's create some event. So again, I'll go with the tag only. So I'll go with the tag configuration, Google Analytics. So under with the page view, I'll go for event. An event category, let's say I'll add so whatever you want to calculate, specific category if you want to add, you can add, or these are event tracking parameters. If you want to add these, or then you can others, you can leave this. So in action, I can add, let's say, what action we are taking. Let's say a click we are talking about. Okay, and label, let's say, about us. You can save this. Yeah, obviously in variable you have to select GA. then go for trigger. Now I can select the specific trigger option, what action you want. For example, let's say now I want all elements, some clicks. In some clicks, I want that should contains about us. The content should contain about us. Then only ad will get this trigger will get fired. And save this. All elements about us. So we are tracking the specific button over here. This is done. Then you can go for selected. Done. Save this. Come back over here. Element. Save it. So when this is done, you can go in the preview mode. Okay. Check is already in the preview mode. Go to website and refresh. So yeah, now I can see over here. If I let's say click on about us, you can see here Google Analytics Universal click got triggered. Okay. So now when a specific, let's say if I click on a specific content of about us, then your element track will also get triggered. And then in your Google Analytics account, you can see over here, if you want to check, let's say overview, proper overview. So you can see now one person is live, one person clicked on about us. Okay. So in this way, you can add the multiple trigger options in your Google Tag Manager. You can play with this, like if you want to see whatever condition you want to make, you can select the condition and accordingly you can check. So you can do it for your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and everything through one Google Tag Manager account. Okay. So this is how we work Google Tag Manager, and what exactly you can do over here. Let's say instead of connecting all your other websites directly to website, go through Google Tag Manager. Things will become very easy. Okay. Make sure you keep on checking your Google Tag Manager code with your website. That should be up and running. Then there won't be any problem. Okay. Once everything is done, make sure you leave the preview mode so things would be saved. Okay. So whatever condition you want to make, for example, you want to make a condition like, if somebody comes and click on specific content, like, about us, you can check that as well. Somebody click on the home button you can track the timer as well. Like, somebody come and just spend 5 minutes or 5 seconds on my specific page, then count those people, track those people. So that with this tag manager, what you can do, you can remarket them and you can do multiple scenarios, like whatever codes you've added. Accordingly, you can target them and show them, convert them for your business. This is how you work with your Google Tag Manager account. So I hope you've understood this. Okay. Make sure you go through it completely. I know in this video, internet was an issue. It was a little slow, but if you have any doubts, you can connect to the trainer. Okay. Just go through all the accounts like Tag Manager and Google Analytics account is required over here to practice this. Make sure while watching this video, do it practically. So while watching it and doing it practically, you might get doubts. Okay, because through practically you'll understand basically how to do it. Okay. So if you like, if you just watch and let's say things won't understand you, so make sure you copy the code and paste the code in your, let's say, Analytics account first. Connect your Google Tag Manager and your website first, and then keep on adding different websites. Try each and everything, whatever we have covered in our course about LinkedIn insights, about Facebook Pixel, about Tag Manager, remarketing tag, conversion tracking tag. All those tags you can try with Google Tag Manager once. Because anyway, I've covered everything previously for you with a different method of your plugin method. Now you can use this Google Tag Manager method. Okay. Any doubts, you can connect to the trainer. Thank you.